Real stories of werewolves, of Dogman from history, from your emails, illustrated and animated with the democratizing magic of machine learning AI. Welcome to Scary Stories.
People ask me why I believe in monsters. They say there's no such thing as an 8-foot-tall wolf walking on 2 legs. But when you've spent 20 years watching over a sleepwalking child, you learn there are stranger things in this world than what most people are willing to believe. I know because one of these creatures either saved my daughter's life or was trying to take it. To this day, I'm still not sure which. Emma had been sleepwalking since she was 6. We tried everything: doctors, sleep studies, medication. Nothing worked. But she'd always stayed close to home, never wandered far. That changed when she came back from her first semester at college. That Sunday started normally enough. Emma was home for spring break, and she'd gone for her usual afternoon walk in the woods behind our house. She loved those woods, knew every trail. But when dinner time came and went, something felt wrong. Call it a father's intuition, or maybe just 20 years of watching for signs she might be slipping into one of her walking dreams. Emma! Emma, where are you? The sun was setting fast, and my mind kept going back to what her old sleep specialist had said: how stress could trigger episodes, how college transitions could amplify sleep disorders. I grabbed my flashlight and phone, though I knew there'd be no signal once I got deep enough into the Manistee. I found her water bottle about a mile in, right where the old logging trail splits. But something was off about it. The bottle was placed carefully upright, not dropped. Like someone, or something, had set it there deliberately, like a breadcrumb. That's when the memories started flooding back. All those nights finding Emma in strange places, her eyes open but vacant, moving with an unnatural purpose. The shadows were getting longer, and that's when I heard it, this deep, rumbling sound. Not quite a growl, not quite a laugh, like something trying to mimic human speech. And then I saw the tracks, huge paw prints, but they were walking upright, following what looked like Emma's trail. Or had they been leading her? The beam of my flashlight caught movement between the trees, something big, much bigger than any bear, and moving with an intelligence that made my blood run cold. I'd heard stories about the Michigan Dogman all my life, but I never thought. That's when it stepped into full view, and everything I thought I knew about the world changed. 8, maybe 9 feet tall, built like a linebacker but covered in dark fur that seemed to absorb the flashlight beam. Its face was like a wolf's, but those eyes, there was something ancient in those eyes, something that knew secrets. The way it moved, it reminded me of how Emma used to move during her episodes. That same otherworldly grace, that same sense of following some hidden purpose. I'd seen that vacant look in her eyes so many times over the years, always wondered what she was seeing, what was calling to her. It started moving toward me, and I ran. Wouldn't you? But here's the strange part. It wasn't hunting me, not really. Every time I tried to turn back toward home, it would cut me off with this fluid, almost casual movement, like it had done this before, like it knew exactly where we were going. And then I remembered something that made my blood freeze. All those mornings finding pine needles in Emma's bed, mud on her shoes that hadn't been there when she went to sleep. Had this thing been calling to her all these years? Had it been practicing? The forest seemed to bend around us, paths appearing and disappearing in the darkness. Just like when Emma was little, when she'd somehow find her way through pitch-black rooms without bumping into anything. That same impossible certainty of movement. And then suddenly, we were in a clearing, and there was Emma, lying unconscious next to a fallen tree. Her ankle was swollen. She'd obviously fallen, but something had carefully arranged her jacket under her head, like a pillow. The creature stood at the edge of the clearing, watching. And in that moment, I could have sworn I'd seen that same posture before, standing in the shadows beyond her bedroom window all those years ago. I ran to her, of course. What father wouldn't? But as I held her, checking her breathing, I couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't the first time this thing had watched over her. That maybe it had been there all along, on all those nights when she wandered. Emma doesn't remember anything about that night, just like she never remembered her sleepwalking episodes. But her episodes stopped after that night, completely, like whatever had been calling her finally got what it wanted, or maybe decided to let her go. Sometimes on full moon nights, I still catch a glimpse of those eyes at the forest's edge. And I wonder, was it protecting her all those years, or grooming her for something? We still walk in those woods sometimes, Emma and I. But now I know we're not alone. And I'm still not sure if that should terrify me or comfort me.
Thanks, Biggie, and thanks to all of you for watching this far. If you liked it, please click like. If you'd like to see more of our work, please subscribe. And also click that bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we put out a new episode. To become an executive producer, you can donate to us through the thanks button under each of our videos or through our paypal.me/PeterBernard209 page. To receive cool perks like secret uncensored Dogman episodes far too wild to ever run on this channel, you can become a YouTube channel member by clicking the join button, or join our PayPal subscribers club at peterbernard.com. Joining either at the $3 a month level or above gets you access to our over 25 hours of secret uncensored Dogman stories available nowhere else. Do you have a scary story about Dogman or some other kind of high strangeness that happened to you? Let us know by emailing us at scarystoriesnyc@gmail.com or by leaving us a voicemail message at 804-LA-SCARY. You may need to call back on that when it cuts off after I think 3 minutes. And if you don't want to do any of that stuff, thank you for simply watching to the end. Good night, and have a scary tomorrow.